কুইন্স কাউন্টি সিভিল কোর্টে উনি জাজ হিসেবে লড়ছেন।
This is not about money. Okay, I'm not doing this for the money. You know what it is? South Asians are not represented in judges and in politics. The Queens County Bar Association also has approved me to be a candidate. So I have the qualifications, I have the experience. I have a unique background because I'm a C.P.A, which is not what a lot of attorneys have a background.
প্রাইমারি ইলেকশনের যে ভোট সেটি হবে 25শে জুন এবং এটি আপনারা ভোট দিতে পারেন এবং আর্লি ভোটিং চলবে জুন 15 থেকে শুরু হয়েছে, 23 তারিখে শেষ হয়ে গেছে, তার মানে একদিন আগে আর্লি ভোটিং শেষ হয়ে গেছে। What unique first of all you tell us about you to the audience. Already I have introduced you in our audience, but we want to hear from you.
Sure. First of all, thank you very much for having me on your show here today, Shamim. And thank you to all the viewers out there for listening to this. As was mentioned, my name is Amish Doshi, and I'm running to be a civil court judge in Queens County. And when elected, I will be the first South Asian man to be elected in Queens County as a civil court judge. Now, a little bit about me, because most of the viewers don't know who I am, because this is the first time I'm coming here.
Yeah.
So in terms of my background and experience and qualifications, I have extreme qualifications and experience to be in this position. I am an attorney for 25 years, and I'm also a C.P.A. I've been practicing in the areas of litigation and bankruptcy for 25 years.
Okay.
I have cases in all courts in the 5 boroughs, Nassau, Suffolk, some of the upstate regions. I have cases in appellate courts, both federal and state. I have cases in bankruptcy courts. I have cases in federal district courts. I have argued before the Federal Second Circuit Court of Appeals, as well as the Federal State Court Appellate Division, Second Department. So, long and short of it is I've appeared in all courts, both as plaintiffs, representing defendants for 25 years. So I'm very familiar with the law, the courts, and how litigation works. In addition, in terms of my background, I came here when I was 10 years old from India. Unfortunately, back in India, tragedy hit my family, and my dad passed away unexpectedly when I was 8. So my mother, to give a better life for myself and my brother, I was 10 at that time when we came here. My brother was almost 13. So like many of the viewers out there, for better life for their kids, for themselves, they moved here, and from nothing to be sitting here as the first South Asian man to be elected as a civil court judge is like an American dream, the New York dream. This is why people come to America. This is why people come to New York, and especially Queens, one of the most diverse boroughs in not only the country, but in the world.
Okay. So as you said, you born in India. Which part of India you born?
I was born in Ahmedabad, Gujarat.
Okay, then you came here like when you were 10 years old, and you raised here at Queens?
Yeah, so back in 1982, we moved to Forest Hills, and then I went to all public schools there. I went to PS 196, which is down on off of Grand Central Parkway in Forest Hills, then Halsey Junior High School, and then Forest Hills High School. And then I did my undergraduate at Queens College in accounting and mathematics, a dual major.
So why are you going to run this position right now?
Shamim, that's a very good question. You know, and that's a very common question I get, and the answer is very simple. First of all, this is not about money. Okay, I'm not doing this for the money, because I'm actually going to take a pay cut from my private practice. But that's why this is not about the money. You know what it is? South Asians are not represented in judges and in politics. And we need to be represented. We have the numbers. We just don't go into these sorts of fields. You know, we have doctors, we have IT folks in all high places. South Asians in general just don't do not a lot of lawyers. When I went to law school back in 1996, I was the only South Asian in my evening division because I went to law school in the evening. I was working full time during the day. And I was the only South Asian in the evening division class of my law school. So things are changing, but it's not changing. And I didn't have people to look up to as mentors when I was going to law school. Like, it's not like I can pick up a phone and speak to another South Asian and say, hey, you know, can you help me on this or not that? So it's about paving the way for the younger generation. Also, as I mentioned, I came here, New York has given me a lot. And so this is my little way of giving back to the community. Your turn. It's my turn to give back to the community.
Okay.
And so those are the two reasons. And the last is, you know, I really enjoy the law. I enjoy the law, and, you know, I want to be able to, you know, resolve cases. I want people to be comfortable when they come into court to see people that look like them and have their experience or their background and their similar struggles and cultures and history.
So you said, like, we have numbers, but we are not representing that. Like, so what is the problems behind it?
What I mean by that is we have a lot of South Asians, especially in Queens, right? Queens and all of New York in general. We have a lot of South Asians, but what the issue that is a lot of us don't go out and vote, okay? And we don't go out and vote, and that's why we don't have people in the positions that I was talking about. So, you know, like, for example, tomorrow is the primary for Queens County, and it's all over New York City, but Queens County, there are judges that are going to be elected for the Democratic primary. And I'm the only South Asian man on the ballot.
How many candidates?
So for civil court, civil court, there are 4 candidates, and you get to pick 2.
Okay.
You get to pick 2. And like I said, I'm the only South Asian man, and when you look at the ballot, you know, it's a random order, but I will be number 4 on the ballot, and you get to pick 2.
Okay, let me explain to my audience.
Sure.
Like, প্রিয় দর্শক, আমাদের অতিথি যেটি বলছিলেন যে আমাদের সংখ্যায় আমরা জানি, আপনারা বুঝতে পেরেছেন, তারপর একটু বলছি যে একটু আমরা যেন আরেকটু এমফাসিস করার জন্য, সেটা হচ্ছে যে আমাদের সংখ্যার দিক থেকে সাউথ এশিয়ায় আমরা অনেক বেশি মানুষ, কিন্তু আমরা সেই অর্থে ভোট কম দেই, অনেকেই দেন, আবার অনেকেই নির্বাচনী প্রক্রিয়ায় অংশগ্রহণ করি না, যে কারণে আমরা আমাদের ক্ষমতায়নটা ঠিক মতো করতে পারি না। এবং আমাদের সম্মানিত গেস্ট তিনি বলছিলেন যে 25 তারিখ মানে আগামীকাল প্রাইমারি ইলেকশন হবে এই পদ সহ অন্যান্য অনেক পদের জন্য, এবং 4 জন ক্যান্ডিডেট এই পোস্টের জন্য আছে, আপনাদেরকে 2 জনকে বাছাই করতে হবে। এবং নিশ্চয়ই তিনি এখানে আজকে এসেছেন, উনি চান যে আপনারা তাকেও বাছাই করেন। কিন্তু I want to ask you a question, like, why people choose you, why people vote for you?
Sure. Again, very good question. They should vote for me because I have the experience and the qualifications that I mentioned earlier. I've also been endorsed by the New York City Bar Association. They have granted me approved and qualified. The Queens County Bar Association also has approved me to be a candidate. So I have the qualifications, I have the experience. Also, I have a unique background because I'm a C.P.A, which is not what a lot of attorneys have a background. So I have a unique background as well. And then, of course, you know, my background, so I bring, you know, I can empathy, fairness and justice to people, and I can understand certain things, especially, you know, different communities and different cultures, because I am from a minority group. And so I can understand all the different nuances that each community has. And so that's why they should vote for me. Experience, qualifications, integrity, empathy, and background.
Background. So what do you believe are most pressing issues currently facing civil courts? So you must have some studies about civil courts.
Yes, absolutely. So, the one big thing that I hear from, clients is that, the process takes a long time. Okay. And so like the cases need to be moved. So I intend to move the cases along because people have a right to be heard and have their issues heard and decided quickly. Now, the courts are back because we're in Queens County. There's a lot of cases in general. And then add to that, a few years back, we had the COVID pandemic, which kind of slowed everything down and created a backlog. So that's one of the things, is to make sure everybody that's appearing before me is heard, justice is rendered fairly and quickly. Is probably one big issue.
So let me ask you next question. What strategies do you propose to improve the quality, efficiency, and reduce the backlog? Right. You said the backlog is a huge problem for the civil court.
People are waiting a long time to have their cases heard, to go to trial. I mean, I know litigation is a process, but still they're waiting a long time. One of the things was try to do ADR, alternate disputes or mediations, to have cases heard by other folks so that more people as a mediator to get that done. Make sure that we are deciding cases that are coming before us and make sure it's not sitting on our desks for decision. So I will be working hard to issue decisions faster myself as well. I would say those are the two issues that we can do within the system. And then obviously, we would need more judges. Definitely. But that's for the legislature. So, we need more judges to reduce the backlog.
Definitely. So, how you engage yourself in the community?
Most of my clients are South Asian. I would say 80% or more are South Asians. And I don't advertise. I don't advertise at all. All my business for the last 13 years, I had my own firm. Last 13 years, I haven't advertised a single day. It's word of mouth. If you're my client and then your friend, your family members, it's through all referrals is there. Secondly, I'm also one of the co-founders of the South Asian and Indo-Caribbean Bar Association of Queens County. We didn't have a South Asian Indo-Caribbean Bar Associations in Queens County until me and a few others, we started it. And now we're going on 6 years. That's one of my pins over there for the organization. And so this is what I was talking about. This is for the young lawyers to have a community where they can meet other lawyers, senior lawyers, advice, mentoring, networking, referrals. So that's the other thing. And third, I've also I did all the work for the South Asian Bar Association and setting it up, doing their annual filings as well. And then lastly, but not least, I've been to several senior centers. I've given presentations on the importance of, wills, healthcare, proxies, and because that's a big issue amongst seniors in general, but especially our South Asian seniors, because they don't engage in wills, estate planning, that sort of issues. So I've given presentations to various senior centers on that.
Okay, let me tell you. প্রিয় দর্শক, আপনারা যারা অনুষ্ঠানটি দেখছেন, চাইলে আপনারা কিন্তু প্রশ্ন করতে পারেন. You can ask any question to our guest, and the number is here 646-307-9828. এবং আপনারা যে কোনো প্রশ্ন করতে পারেন, কারণ যেহেতু কুইন্স কাউন্টি সিভিল কোর্টে উনি জাজ হিসেবে লড়ছেন, আপনারা যদি আপনাদের মনে কোনো প্রশ্ন এসে থাকে আপনারা কিন্তু করতে পারেন. ইউ ক্যান আস্ক. থ্যাংক ইউ. সো you said like the voting to keep vote, practice your democracy. So it's a huge important thing, but why people should go for vote? Anyone, whatever, if it is you or other candidates, but important thing is to give vote. So please explain and let us know why the voting is important.
Sure. Voting is important because voting is power. Okay? You have this power to put people in office, in positions where they're going to make a difference, especially in a local level. You know, like Queens County, your assembly members, your council, your district leaders, your judges, obviously, right? Because you're in Queens County and you're going to be connecting and contacting with them. So it's very, very important that you go out and vote and inform yourself. You know, go to there. Every politician, every judge that's running has a website. Read up about them. Find out about them. They have social media. Read up and find out and make an informed decision. You know, there are so many people in the world that don't have this power to vote. We have this power to vote, and we should use it. South Asians in general, if you look at the numbers, they don't use the power. We have a lot of South Asians, but we just don't go out and vote. It's very important because, especially on a local level, because that they can make a difference. They can talk to the national level folks to make changes. Like, for example, just to give you an example,
Sure.
you know, we have Eid as a holiday now, and Diwali is a holiday now. That's because it started, you know, Diwali is a holiday because, you know, Assembly member Jennifer Rajkumar, she lobbied for it, right? So simple things like, not simple, but things like that, it started there. You know, you're not going to go reach the president to have Diwali as a holiday. It's got to start at the local levels. That's why it's very important to vote on the local levels.
Sure, but definitely people should go for vote for local level, but equally important to give vote every level, whatever you get chance. And এটা আপনাদের প্রিয় দর্শক, আপনাদের এটা সবার একটা প্রায়োরিটি হওয়া উচিত, ভোট দেয়া। এটি তিনি বলছিলেন। এবং আজকে যেটি তথ্য আমরা জেনেছি সেটি হচ্ছে যে আর্লি ভোট, প্রাইমারি ইলেকশনের যে ভোট সেটি হবে 25শে জুন, এবং এটি আপনারা ভোট দিতে পারেন। এবং আর্লি ভোটিং চলবে জুন 15 থেকে শুরু হয়েছে, 23 তারিখে শেষ হয়ে গেছে, তার মানে একদিন আগে আর্লি ভোটিং শেষ হয়ে গেছে। এবং নভেম্বরের 5 তারিখে জাতীয় নির্বাচন যেমন হবে, বিভিন্ন আঞ্চলিক পর্যায়ে অনেকগুলো নির্বাচন হবে। তো সেগুলো তো আছে। আমরা বিরতিতে যাব, তবে তার আগে আমাদের অতিথির কাছে আমার আরেকটি কোয়েশ্চেন আছে। তো উই আর অলমোস্ট এন্ড অফ দ্য আওয়ার শো, লাইক দিস পার্ট। সো লাইক if you want to say anything else like to our audience, you can tell the audience.
Sure. I think the last message I want to say, and I know I've said this again, it's very, very important that you go out and vote tomorrow, June 25th in the primary. You can go to findmypollsite.nyc.gov to locate where you can go and vote. If you are registered to vote, please vote tomorrow. And of course, I would urge that you vote for me, Amish Doshi, as a civil court judge. When you turn the ballot over is where the judges are. The judges are on the back of the ballot. So there's a front and a back. Judges are on the back. And my name is the last name on the ballot, Amish Doshi. But please go out and vote tomorrow. Tell your friend, tell your neighbors, tell your family. Go out and vote tomorrow. Polls are open from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. So you have all the time tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Doshi, to join with us. Thank you so much. I wish you all the success.
Thank you very much, Shamim, for having me on this. And thank you to the viewers.
Thank you. প্রিয় দর্শক, আপনারা আমাদের আজকের এই অনুষ্ঠানের প্রথম পর্বটি দেখছিলেন, এবং এই পর্বে আমরা আমাদের অতিথি হিসেবে ছিলেন মিস্টার অমিত দোশি, এবং তিনি হচ্ছেন C.P.A অ্যাটর্নি অ্যাট ল। তিনি লড়ছেন কুইন্স কাউন্টি সিভিল কোর্ট জাজ হিসেবে, এবং 4 জনের নাম থাকবে সেখান থেকে 2 জনের নাম আপনারা নির্বাচন করতে পারবেন। এবং কালকে মানে রাত পোহালেই হচ্ছে প্রাইমারি নির্বাচন, এবং সেই প্রাইমারি নির্বাচনের পর চূড়ান্ত নির্বাচন হবে নভেম্বরে। এবং সাউথ এশিয়ান হিসেবে তিনি আপনাদের কাছে আবেদন জানিয়েছেন। তবে আপনাদের সিদ্ধান্ত আপনারা নেবেন গণতান্ত্রিক প্রক্রিয়ায়। মানে যিনি ভোটার তিনিই তার সিদ্ধান্ত নেন। জাস্ট যারা মানে তাদের কথা বলেন তারা কেন তাদেরকে আপনারা ভোট দেবেন, কেন তারা ভোট মানে প্রত্যাশী, সেটি শুধু তারা বর্ণনা করতে পারেন, তুলে ধরতে পারেন, নিজেদের যোগ্যতার কথা বলতে পারেন। আপনারা যাকে খুশি ভোট দেবেন, তবে সবচেয়ে ইম্পর্টেন্ট হচ্ছে ভোট দেয়া। যাকেই দেন ভোট দেয়া, তার মানে হচ্ছে যে আমাদের বিভিন্ন সময় যে ভোটগুলো হয় লোকাল লেভেলে হোক বা আন্তর্জাতিক মানে জাতীয় পর্যায়ে যেটি হোক, এগুলোতে ভোট আপনাদেরকে দিতে হবে। এবং এই ভোট দেওয়ার ক্ষেত্রে আপনাদের সময়টা বের করে আপনাদের ভোটাধিকার প্রয়োগ করতে হবে। একই সাথে সেন্সাস যেটা হয়, আদমশুমারি, আপনাকে কিন্তু গণনার মধ্যে রাখতে হবে। আমরা গণনার মধ্যে রাখিনি বলে আমাদের জনসংখ্যা কমে গেছে বলে এই নিউ ইয়র্ক থেকে কিন্তু কংগ্রেসের একটি আসন কমে গেছে। সুতরাং এটি হচ্ছে এগুলো নির্ধারিত হয় আসন কেন্দ্রিক, মানে এই আসনগুলো মানুষের জনসংখ্যা কেন্দ্রিক। আসলে আপনার প্রতিটি স্টেটে 2টি করে সেনেটর, প্রতিটি স্টেটে জনসংখ্যা যাই হোক, যত বড় ছোট হোক, কিন্তু আপনার হাউসে সদস্য সংখ্যা নির্ধারিত হয় হচ্ছে জনসংখ্যার অনুপাতে। সুতরাং কেন আমরা আমাদেরকে গণনার মধ্যে রাখবো, এটি যেমন ইম্পর্টেন্ট, আমার এলাকায় স্কুলটা ভালো সেবা পাবে কিনা, সুবিধা পাবে কিনা এটা ইম্পর্টেন্ট, আমার বাচ্চাটা ঠিক ভালো পরিবেশে বড় হবে কিনা সেটা ইম্পর্টেন্ট। ফলে লোকাল লেভেলে আপনারা মনে করছেন কে আসলো গেল আপনার কিছু যায় আসে না, খুবই ইম্পর্টেন্ট। ফলে এটি কিন্তু আপনাদেরকে একটু মনে রাখতে হবে। যাই হোক, আপনারা জানেন অনেকেই, কিন্তু আমাদের কাজের কারণে আমাদের ব্যস্ততা, ফলে আমাদের এই ব্যস্ততার মধ্যেও কিন্তু আমাদেরকে ভোট দিতে হবে।
Because people sneeze. Because not everyone washes their hands. Because kids touch a lot of things. Set a date to get your COVID shot and RSV if eligible. Because if you're wondering, should I get my COVID shot? Think about other people. Learn more at nj.gov/health/vaccines.
নিউ ইয়র্ক থেকে সম্প্রচারিত TVN 24 টেলিভিশন বিশ্বজুড়ে বাঙালির কণ্ঠস্বর।